What's up? My name's Bryan Dodson, and I'm here at the laundromat getting interviewed. And the thing is, I changed my life around, and I've been to prison 3 times.
Been to prison 3 times.
Yes, sir.
Okay, tell us about how you changed your life around.
Found God.
Found God?
And got off the needle.
The needle? You were shooting up testosterone?
Well, no, I was shooting up meth.
Meth?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm glad you stopped that.
And heroin.
What kind of work you do?
I work at a call center now. Been there for about 2 years.
What do these tears mean, these tears tattooed on your eyes?
People that's died in my family.
That means people that's died in your family?
And my best friend.
Okay. Tell us what each tear means, please.
Okay, so I got 3 teardrops. I got one from my grandma, one from my aunt, and then I got another one over here from my best friend that killed himself in front of me. And then I got one for my cousin who got killed in a car accident on a head-on collision.
Why did your best friend kill himself?
Well, over a girl.
Over a girl?
Over a girl. We were 12 years old.
He was 12 years old, killed himself over a girl?
Oh.
What's your favorite tattoo?
Favorite tattoo? Cross on my back, my grandma's name in it.
Okay. Is that also the one that has the most meaning for you?
Yeah, my grandma is a very big part of my life.
How many of these tattoos did you get in prison?
All of them except for what I just got done at the shop the other day. Which is my daughter's name and a rose.
Serenity. Okay. Very interesting. So, tell us more about yourself. Have you ever been in a fight? Did you get in fights in prison? Tell us about prison fights.
Yeah, I'm an ex-gang member, so I got into a lot of stuff in prison.
How long were you in prison total?
Well, I went 3 different times. First time 3 years, second time 2 years, and the third time 2 years.
Okay. What prisons were you at? All the same one or different ones?
Mostly in the Panhandle, like Graceville, Mayo, Taylor, a bunch of them, Liberty, Cross City, Orlando, Brevard.
So you moved around a lot in the prison system?
Yeah, I got moved around a lot due to like gang activity stuff, you know what I mean? So like if you get into a fight or something like that and you're in a gang member, they're gonna emergency ship you to get you to another camp to stop all the riffraff.
Okay. What date, about what month and year was your first day in prison, in the Florida prison system?
Okay, so I was 19 years old and I'm 34 now, so it was 2009 and I went to a youth offender camp. It's people from the ages 14 to 24 and 80% gangs, so it was pretty rough.
How much did prison change from the time you first got to your first adult prison to when you were most recently released from prison? Was there a lot of changes in the prison system?
The cigarettes were gone. They stopped selling cigarettes. And
oh God, you guys hated that.
Yeah, we hated that, but we still found a way to get it in, you know.
Tell us about that. How do people get contraband in prison? Cigarettes,
guards,
weed?
Classification officers, nurses, teachers, visitation, you know.
How much does a cigarette cost in prison when you left?
Well, they take a cigarette and they break it into 5 pieces with a razor, and you sell each piece for $5. And it's either canteen or Cash App now. Cash App's double.
Cash App. So that happens from outside person to outside person, or you have
you get on the phone and you tell your people, hey, here's the cash tag name, send it to this person. As soon as they get it, then I'll get my stuff.
And then people put it on canteen for you, or just people you're trying to take care of outside, whatever?
Yeah, just got to be careful who you mess with, you know what I mean? Some people always don't have the right motive.
What are the wrong motives?
Not paying you. Just completely not going to pay you, and then because they're a gang member or something, they're not worried about you coming to get your stuff back.
Yeah, man, they want cigarettes. They're going to lie to get them if they can get them, right?
Yeah, but they got the guards bringing them in.
What's the last fight? How old were you? How long before you were released did you get in the last physical fight in prison?
From the last time I got released?
Yeah.
Have I gotten a fight out here?
No. When was your most recent fight in prison? Tell us about that fight, your last fight in prison.
It was just over a roommate they put in my room. It was the only fight I got into last time. He was homosexual, and I didn't want him in my room. And, since then I've changed, learned to love everybody, because now I follow Jesus, you know what I mean? So it's a different way of thinking now.
The tattoos that are on your arms there, how long did it take to get all that done? Did you start slowly with just one? What's the most meaningful one on your arm?
On my arm, it would probably be this one, which is a king and a queen. And then right here in Latin, it says Orderant Domechiment, which means let them hate as long as they fear.
Let them hate as long as they fear.
Yeah, pretty cool. It's my own artwork too. I draw too, so.
How long did it take to get all that done on your arms? When was the last one and when was the first one?
Okay, the last one is a cover up on my neck, the rose.
I mean on your arms.
Oh, on my arms? Well, I got all these mostly my first bid because that's where I started. So the most meaningful are my arms. Besides that would be my mom's name right here, which is Connie. And then I got my sister's initials.
What would you say to people who are intimidated by your outward appearance with all the tattoos? I mean, what would you say to society, to individuals in society who would kind of walk by you and think, let me walk a little further from this dude. He looks dangerous.
Yeah, I get judged a lot. I get stared at a lot, but I did it to myself, you know what I mean? So, like, before I used to get mad and, like, you know, get into altercations and stuff from people trying to question me about my tattoos or judge me or whatever. But now I use it as a way to get in the door, to speak with them, to try to bring up Jesus and try to bring them back to reality. It's my clutch.
When you first got the tattoos, you said a lot of them were in prison. Was the reason you got them for increased respect in prison? I've always heard, on TV that if the more tats you have, the more you're respected in prison. Was that true?
I'd say I got them more of like personal stuff going on, like being alone and like, you know, my family stopped talking to me and I lost a lot of people and I didn't have nobody sending me money in canteen. And like, I think I did most of it for like attention and just to escape reality, just to, you know, and then once I started, I couldn't stop. I got addicted.
What gang were you in?
Insane Gangster Disciples, IGD.
Insane Gangster Disciples.
Disciples, yeah.
Disciples.
It's a set under the Crips.
Okay, so it's an offshoot or it's under the Crip umbrella.
Yeah, it's under the 6-point star.
The what?
The 6-point star.
Tell us what the 6-point star is.
It's just a 6-point star, just like the Jewish one, and it means different things, you know what I mean? And I can't discuss all that with you, really.
Some of that's confidential within the gang
Well, I
community?
could get in trouble talking about it, you know what I mean?
Okay. Do you still keep in touch with some of the guys that were in your gang that you were tight with?
No, I just hang out at home, my wife and my kids, and I just got custody back of my other 3 kids, joint custody, and I've been working at the same job for 2 years, and I've been clean for 5 years, and I haven't drank in 6 years, and still smoke cigarettes. That's about it.
You on probation or parole?
No, I'm not.
You're not papered up.
I'm completely free.
Congratulations, man. I hope you can keep that up. I hope you stay out of the
I'm
system,
good.
dude.
For sure. I'm done
really
with all
do.
that stuff.
How old are you?
I'm 34 this month on the 26th.
Where were you born?
In Bartow, Florida, Lakeland, Polk County.
When you were a little kid, did you live with both biological parents or were you adopted? Did you live with just one parent?
I lived with my mom and stepdad, but the thing is, I didn't know that. I thought he was my dad all the way until I was 17 years old.
And you found out it was your stepdad.
Yeah, I took my birth certificate for the first time up to the DMV, and I was just sitting there waiting in line with my ticket, and it said father's name, blase blase, and it wasn't the guy who I thought was my dad. So me and my mom had a falling out, and right after that I was homeless and doing drugs and everything else you can think of, robbing people, home invasions, everything.
Of course, that led to some of the prison time too, huh?
Yeah, that's where all the prison time comes from, for sure.
All right, folks, very interesting gentleman here. We're going to stop the interview and handle some laundry things, and I hope to come back and get another segment with this gentleman. Stay tuned.